much for tuning in to Charlani TV. The apron is going on. I feel like when the apron goes on, that means that we mean business in the kitchen. So, today I am going to attempt for the first time ever to make homemade pizza. Now, I have made pizza with like boblies, you know, those pre-made crusts that you can buy at the grocery store, and those are super yummy. We have tried making it with cauliflower pizza crust, all the things. However, today I am going to make real dough with so I have a recipe that I just Googled. I Googled the best homemade pizza sauce recipe, and this is what was on the #1 top. And this had 5 stars, lots of really good reviews, and I had all the ingredients, and that's very important to me too. So I printed this off, so I've got this, so we've got some sauce to make. The dough that I am going to make, I'm so excited about it. So I wasn't feeling good earlier in the week, and I basically laid in bed. Actually, I laid on the couch and I watched, oh my gosh, why am I forgetting her name? Zoe Bakes. She is amazing. Her name is Zoe Francois. Her Instagram is Zoe Bakes, and she has a whole bunch of Instagram stories and IGTVs, and she's got a lot of episodes on there, and one of them is making the bread that I am about to make. I found Zoe Bakes because she now has a show on Magnolia Network. If you don't know about Magnolia Network, then you need to get Discovery Plus, because Chip and Joanna Gaines, they are the stars of Fixer Upper, and they own the Magnolia Enterprise and all the things. They have a network on Discovery Plus that is amazing. They have such good shows on, and Zoe Bakes is one of the shows that is going to be airing when it's a full-fledged thing. So right now it's like a preview of what Magnolia Network's gonna be, but there's lots of shows on there. Watch them, they're really, really good. So here's the book. I took the cover off, put my hand here so I don't mess it. This is what the cover looks like. I will link everything that I am using equipment-wise. I will link. It is everything that Zoe uses, because I feel like if somebody has something and it's working, and I don't have it, I am just going to get what they've got so that I literally can follow along. So that's basically what I'm gonna do. I am using the master recipe that she has in this book. And what's really cool is that if you go onto her IGTV, you can see all of the different ways to use this exact bread, or this dough, I should say. So, and one of the ways is, instead of doing a loaf or a bagel or whatever, I am going to make pizza dough. So, this is, like I said, the first time I'm using it. I'm using this recipe. It's the first time I'm ever attempting to make it. I'm even gonna do the flip in the air and spin and see how that goes. I don't know. So I've got everything out. I'm going to pre-measure everything so that I can then just dump it all in. I do believe that when a lot of the stress that comes from baking or cooking and trying a new recipe is have all of your ingredients already out, already measured, so that you don't have to go and find your measuring cups and find all the things while things are cooking, prepping, whatever. I just think it's easier for me. It causes a lot less stress and anxiety when I am prepared. So I get as prepared as I possibly can. Now, one of the things that she uses is a kitchen scale rather than using like a measuring cup. So, of course, I got the scale that she uses. I will post the link for this down below as well. If you need a kitchen scale, I need a kitchen scale. My husband actually took my kitchen scale, and I don't know where it went. So, I have a brand new scale that I'm gonna put together. I think it requires batteries, so we will get this all situated. I've got some unbleached all-purpose flour. Literally, this was the only flour that they had at my Target. So I got it, that's what I got, but she recommends unbleached all-purpose flour. So that's what we've got. Kosher salt, I've got my active dry yeast, and we've got cornmeal for the pizza peel. So the other thing I got is a stone, a pizza stone, which again, something I've never had before, so I'm really excited about it. I'm also super excited because you can use the pizza stone on the grill, and one of these days, not today, I'm gonna do this in the oven today, but one of these days we're definitely gonna take it out there and we're gonna put it on there. But this is the pizza stone that I got, and it came with a pizza peel. And I was messing around yesterday because I'm like, doesn't that just sound like when you go to grab your pizza, take it out? Like, it's just super cool. So that is what we've got. I'm gonna go, oh, another thing I have, so I have a Danish dough maker, blender, or whatever you wanna call it. And then I also have a bucket. She uses a bucket. You can make like 4 batches of different things, and it goes in the refrigerator. You can even freeze this dough if you don't use it all. So she does that in a bucket. So I just got this on Amazon. I just rinsed it out, so it's a little bit wet, which is fine because we add water to it, so it'll be good. And the reason I got it, because I have bowls, of course, but the lid has a little hole in it. And I just thought, because these were super cheap, and I just thought this will be best because obviously she uses it, so it's gotta be good, right? It's gotta work. But you need that little hole so that when the yeast expands and all those gases are in here, that hole is just big enough to let the release of the gas so that this doesn't explode on you. So, okay. Let's go ahead and I'm gonna get everything. I'm gonna put together the scale, and then I'm gonna measure out all my ingredients, and then we will get to making the dough first. Then when the dough rises the first time, then we're gonna make the pizza sauce, and then we'll go from there. Anybody else get like super excited about new things? Gorgeous! Crazy. All right, so here is what the recipe calls for. It does have the volume measurements. I use the weight measurements here. Love the scale, worked beautifully. So I've got our flour, I've got our salt, I've got our yeast, and here I've got the water. So now I'm gonna get everything mixed up into this bad boy, and then we let it rise for a couple of hours, and then we can make our pizza dough. All right, I think it looks perfect. It's supposed to be sticky. It's supposed to be wet. So I think we are good to go. And now we just sit here and we let it rest for 2 hours. And then we can pull out however much we're gonna need for our pizza dough. But yep, smells like dough. I'm a little bit sad. So I actually just, okay, so I just watched, here she is, one of her first Instagram TVs, this Zoe Bakes, and she actually says that you let it rise for 2 hours, and then technically it's best to refrigerate it overnight, and the dough will be much easier to work with, or else it's gonna be really sticky if it's not refrigerated. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna let it rise for these 2 hours, then I'm gonna refrigerate it for like an hour or so, and then I'll kind of get with Rob and see what time it is, and then just how hungry we are, because if I could let it be in the refrigerator for a couple of hours, I think that will be best. But that means that we're not gonna be eating until like 9 o'clock, and that's late. So we'll see. But for now, I've got my dough right here, and timer is set 2 hours. So let's go. I just went up and I talked to Rob because I wanted to show him my dough in here, and I was like, it looks like dough, it smells like dough. And I explained about 2 hours and then the refrigerate, and maybe we'll have it tomorrow. And I think we're for sure gonna have pizza tonight. It's just gonna be a matter of if I have very sticky dough to work with or not. So maybe you'll get to see 2 different pizza days. One with it right after the 2 hour rise, and maybe an hour in the fridge, and then an overnight, and see what that difference in how to handle the dough. So we'll see. This is new, so we'll just have to play it by ear, but it smells good, it looks good, and I'm very proud of this dough. I'm excited, it looks good. So it has been 1 hour and it has already gotten twice as big. So cool. This is the pizza sauce recipe I'm going to use. I just Googled it. It had wonderful reviews. I will link it down in the description box for you. But it's got tomato paste, tomato sauce, coconut sugar, and just a bunch of spices that I already have. So we're gonna try this. We'll see how it goes. The sauce is ready to go, and oh my gosh, it smells so good. So we'll see how it tastes on the pizza, obviously, but this looks really, really delicious. This is 2 hours. It has like quadrupled. So this is super cool. So I'm gonna stick this in the fridge now for about an hour, and then we'll try and roll out our first of the pizza dough. Okay, so let's go ahead and dive into this. So I went back and I watched the videos again, and I need to form a ball with this. And the ball would be a lot easier to form if it was refrigerated, but I didn't refrigerate it. I actually put it in for, it's been probably 15 minutes. Maybe that'll help it not be as sticky, just that little amount of time. But I need to form a ball because it needs to rest, so it's easier to work with for about 30 to 45 minutes. So I am going to attempt to make a ball, and we'll just see how it goes. I am excited. This looks amazing. My first bowl. Okay, so we gotta let this sit for 30 to 45 minutes and then we get to roll it out. So I took it off the plate because the plate's a little bit cold, and I also didn't want it just on the countertop because we want this to rise, and the quicker the better, right? So I just put parchment paper, this is just regular good old-fashioned parchment paper, and I put a cutting board underneath it just so that there's wood between the dough and the countertop. So hopefully that helps. So I went ahead and I actually made another ball. And this one looks just as good as the other one, so I'm feeling pretty confident. In the video that she actually had it rising in olive oil. So let me put you down for a second. So I'm gonna go ahead and this one I'm gonna put in olive oil. And I don't know, we'll see kind of what happens. I don't know exactly what I will make with this, but we'll see. Maybe we'll do another pizza. I don't know. But I really just wanted to make another one, and I wanted to put it in the oil, and I just want to see the difference in how that tastes. And if we end up with a couple of pizzas tonight, then we'll just have leftovers, right? And this has risen so much. So I'm still gonna give it just, I don't know, maybe 10 or 15 more minutes, and then we'll roll it out. And this is the amount of dough I have left in my bucket. So I'm gonna refrigerate this now. I kind of feel like I should have more dough left over. And when I was watching the other videos, it kind of looked like maybe mine didn't rise as much on that first 2 hours, but that's okay. It looks good, it smells good. I hope that it's going to taste good, but so far we got our stuffs here. And I'm so excited because if anything, this was a lot of fun. Like, I love baking, and this is fun. This is either gonna go really well or this is gonna be a disaster. But that is why we have a second one rising, because I think I can make this back into a ball, let it rise again, and then try it again. So we're gonna go ahead and try for the flippage. Okay, so I just washed my hands because they had so much flour on them, or extra dough. So I'm gonna get them floured just a little bit. Why am I so nervous? It's just food. And of course Rob came down, he's right there. I'm like, oh, okay. See, I think it's too thin for me to do this properly. My hands are totally gonna go through this. It's all over my face.
He didn't do bad though. It could have been worse.
Are my lashes white?
No.
Okay, that actually worked out pretty darn well. And you know what? I'm actually really happy with how thin it didn't get. Okay, we're good. All right. Now, here's the issue. And you know what? I might actually just use a baking sheet instead of that peel. And I'm gonna try and make it a little bit smaller. But yay, I'm actually really happy with how that came out. It, yeah, hit me, but that's okay. Okay, so I'm gonna use this big cookie sheet that has a flat edge because my pizza peel is too small. Hey, do you think that this is gonna fit on that stone? Or do you think it's too big? It's in the oven.
It might be a little big, but that's okay. It could be a little over the edge.
Can it?
I think it'll tighten up before it.
Okay, we're gonna try it. So I'm gonna put cornmeal on this, and then I'm gonna put my dough on this, and then we're gonna put the toppings on, and then we'll stick it in there. Yeah. Here's what I've got. We have our olives, bell peppers, jalapenos, we've got pepperoni, turkey pepperoni. I do have some shredded cheese. I also have just fresh mozzarella too, and I think I'm gonna use this one on the first pizza. And then here I've got the homemade pizza sauce that you guys saw me make. We made this one together. So I'm gonna go ahead and start building. I'm waiting for Rob. He just went out back. I just wanna see what he wants on his side. And I'm thinking I'm not gonna use this right now. I'm just gonna use this because I've actually never made a pizza with this kind of mozzarella. So let's see. Only been in there for like 5 minutes and look at, oh, looks so good. All right, a few more minutes. I may have flour everywhere. I may have slid the pizza in a little bit crooked. I may have made it a little too big for my stone and peel, but it smells amazing and it looks delicious, so. Look, oh my gosh, for this being my first pizza, I am very freaking happy with it. Obviously, we're gonna need to cut into it. This is where it fell off the edge, so, and then what a bummer, because this is Rob's side, and then this is my side, but we're gonna make him another one, and I think it'll be perfect because it's gonna be a little bit smaller. So I'm really hoping that the crust is like cooked through because it's very light, which I think is fine. But look at how beautifully browned that cheese is. Looks so good. All right, let's cut this bad boy. Not just because I made this do I think it's amazing, but it truly is one of the best pizzas I've ever had. And can we talk about this crust for a minute? It is amazing, absolutely amazing. Rob, look at it.
Doesn't look too bad. You've done good, kid.
It looks delicious, so good. Okay, so this is next morning because last night I was editing this video and I had ended with a clip that basically even said in the clip, look, I'm really tired right now because I was fumbling over my words and whatnot. And the whole thing was blurry. So I thought I would just come back in here really quick and give you 2 updates. Number 1, to end this video, but also to tell you that I used the same dough. I took it out of the refrigerator. I let it sit on the counter for 30 minutes. And just before I put it in the oven, I added my sauce, my toppings, all the things, and can I just tell you, it's amazing. So I took a part of the dough that I had refrigerated, and then I made it into a little mini quick pizza that Rob and I are going to enjoy, and it's gonna be awesome. And I'm so super excited because this is really convenient. I am going to try and make this dough with wheat flour to make it a little bit healthier so we can have quick, easy, yet healthier lunches. But you guys, can you even? All right, so I'm just popping in to say thank you so much for watching this video. It's gonna be a long one, so if you've watched it all the way through, I appreciate you. Please, if you liked it, give it a thumbs up. And if you have not subscribed to Charlani TV yet, I would love it if you did. All right, bye guys.